speech to Nigeria. If you have monitored.
What exactly was the reason why you and your friends took to the street today? Why?
Well, a number of issues in the country, and this was a nationwide declaration primarily to restore, free speech to Nigeria. If you have monitored and followed my activities or our activities recently, you see that we've been pulling young Nigerians who are using social media to express themselves from one police station to the other. You saw me in Lagos accompanying a youth corps to the local government inspector's office. You've seen situations where we had to go to court. I myself have faced 3 major charges of cybercrime. First was in 2019 when Buhari was in power, and then Neduwoko got me arrested and charged, and then the IG of police recently also charged me to court, and which led to the seizure of my international passport for the last 3 months. So we are asking that this particular notorious law be repealed immediately, and that it has no place in a democratic country. But we also had expanded this to allow different units of TIB to campaign and protest over issues affecting them. And the country today is in shambles. A lot of people are complaining of hunger, starvation. You have a lot of illegalities going on in Rivers State. Kogi State was denied of their representation in the Senate. People have no jobs. The shelves are empty. And in view of all of this, the movement decided to start rallying people across the country to fight back. And this is just the beginning of it, by the way.
When you say this is the beginning, what do you mean by that? You mean is it day one, or is going to be a series in what you have planned? What exactly do you mean by that?
It's a series in what has been planned to have some of these protests, but over time in intensity and volume, this protest will get bigger, because we are very sure that Nigerians are tired of the social, political, and economic conditions that they are confronted with, and the fact that, in all of it, it seems not to have leaders who care about their situation, and they're just going all about thinking about how to grab power and not how people can survive in this country known as Nigeria, their country.
But in all of these, is there any of the agitation that is new? It does look to me like you had described exactly what has gone on for years in the country. Is there anything new in what you are agitating about on the streets of Nigeria today?
Well, you are saying that if someone took ill and hasn't been cured of the illness or ailment, we should stop applying medicine so that they can survive. That's what it sounds to me like you are repeating. We're just saying that it may not be new, but it is now starting to threaten the existence of the people of Nigeria. You cannot have a country where people have nothing to eat. Once people have unemployment on a larger scale, you have some of the worst situations in terms of inflation, and then you tell people young people of inflation, and then you tell people young people who are not being cared for that they can't speak on TikTok, they can't talk on Twitter, they can't express themselves. You slam on them pretty much kind of colonial era type of law, which used to be called sedition, is now Cybercrime Act, which was promulgated, by the way, in talk, and if they do, you can throw them in jail for as long as you want. One young person known as Truma spent 50 days in detention until like 2 weeks ago when we got him out, because he made a TikTok broadcast that insulted, according to the police, the wife of the president. Before then, some ladies spent the last Christmas and New Year in detention and in prison because he said something that the son of the president did not, according to the police, insulted the son of the president. So you are holding the entire country at the behest of a family that is performing poorly. It doesn't matter how long it takes. People are just now fighting back. Maybe you see a more robustly and intense resistance against the culture of oppression in the country, because just as you're having these people are also very concerned about a lot of things, including electoral integrity in the next upcoming election, because we are now aware that the president of Nigeria doesn't even want to leave power. He has connived with some guys in the National Assembly to ratify a law that will give us what they call a parliamentary system of government in which he will spend 6 years, and that will give him 10 years in power. That is their secret plan. So we're planning our own openly to resist and ensure that we take our country back from these guys who are just running it aground on a daily basis.
And where are you getting that story from? That there are plans
you are aware
for
that there's
or overstaying of power,
yes.
or a